Today's Campus Corner is sponsored by Bluegrass Community and Technical College.
All right, I'm sitting down with Dr. Aaron Tipton, the VP of Advancement and Workforce, and Alicia Tidrick, who is the director of the Lawrenceburg campus. First of all, thanks for letting me crash your party today here on this beautiful campus. I do have some questions. I think one of the common concerns for a lot of folks who are considering going back into education is the cost. That can be really scary. We hear about these crazy student loans, and how do you all address that for students that may have that concern?
Sure. So we have a lot of options. First of all, we're the most affordable education in Kentucky as far as our tuition rates. And so one of the things that we do a lot of is help students navigate that financial aid process. So that's the first thing. And then the access that our students have to scholarship opportunities. Also, the Work Ready Scholarship that we have here in Kentucky for individuals who are Kentucky residents who have not earned a degree previously is another way that we can make it very affordable. And then I would add our dual credit opportunities for high school students who can earn dual credit while they're in high school and receive that at a reduced cost, half tuition.
I know that recently you all participated in the Good Giving Challenge, where nonprofits all over Kentucky can raise money to help others. How did that go for you all?
At two of our campus locations, we have 7 campus locations throughout central Kentucky, but 2 of our campuses, the one in Danville and our Winchester campus, participated. And so we're actually wrapping that up this evening. So it ends at midnight tonight. So far the numbers look great. We'll have final numbers to share, but we're very excited about the way the communities have stepped up to support those 2 campuses.
I think about a lot of students who they may come from low-income households, and what a career built through BCTC can do for their lives. What would you tell those students who have that concern? Look, I have little money, but I don't want to stay here forever.
I would say BCTC is a great opportunity for a springboard to those in-demand, high-paying careers. And the great thing about BCTC is I think we have something we can offer to everyone. So if a student wants to pursue a 4-year degree, they can start with us, complete an associate in science or arts, and then go on to finish their degree at a 4-year school with huge cost savings on the front end. Or if they're interested in a technical field, they can do one of our technical degrees, and oftentimes they're out in the workforce in 2 years or less, making really great money and contributing to some of the primary economic drivers of our local region.
When you invest in young folks, you better communities. Everyone knows that. What are ways that people can support students here at BCTC?
So there's lots of different ways. Obviously, scholarships are huge. Many of our scholarships are set up based on student need. So if they have an unmet financial need, a donor can set up a scholarship, or if there's a particular area of interest, maybe that's in a healthcare field or a manufacturing field, and they want to support students in that way. Setting up scholarships is a fantastic idea and a great way to support our students.
If you had a potential student, someone that's thinking about coming here, and they're like, I don't know anything about financial aid and scholarships, I don't even know where to begin, what would you tell them?
I would tell them to get in touch with the campus that's closest to them. If that's in Lexington, that can be our Leestown or our Newtown campus, or we also have regional campuses in Georgetown, Danville, in Lawrenceburg and Winchester. And so reach out, get in touch with the campus closest to you. We have folks on all of those campuses who can help you navigate those processes, talk you through your interests, your goals, the opportunities that we offer that align with those and can help get you to the next step.
Can you tell me about that story about someone that came through the door, maybe scared, nervous, and went through the program and is now kicking some butt out there?
I can think of one in particular. He started with us a couple of years ago, and very bright young man, but wasn't quite testing at a particular level, like with college math and reading. And he went through one of our summer boot camps, and he improved his scores within a matter of weeks. He also had some financial needs that needed to be met, and so he accessed several of our scholarships during the 2 years he was with us. And at the end of his time with us, he graduated with a 4.0 GPA and now has a full ride to the University of Kentucky. So it's just one of many stories.
Yeah. So maybe I have $2,000 sitting around. I want to help out someone that's going to come here. How and when can I do that?
You can do it anytime. So throughout the year, we have some targeted campaigns like Good Giving. We do a KCTCS Day of Giving. But really, anybody who feels moved to contribute can donate online through our BCTC Foundation website, or again, contact their local campus, and we would be happy to talk with you about how to do that. But anything that's near and dear and on your heart to support, we would love to help you connect with opportunities to do that through BCTC.
That's incredible. I appreciate y'all so much sitting down with me. I want y'all to give me a more extended tour because this place is pretty cool.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Happy to do that.
Today's Campus Corner was sponsored by Bluegrass Community and Technical College.
And I went to BCTC, so I highly recommend it. All of the information is up on the screen.